Let the parrot take the stand! This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. You know, I agree with Von Karma. She is my last chance. Bailiff, bring in the parrots. Oh God. I need some more water. Name! It's a parrot, Judge. It can't give a name. The witness is ignoring me. You know, I appreciate that now that we're actually doing it, the judge is stone-faced about it. Like, no, we're just gonna go with it. Fuck it. This whole trial is stupid. Who is your owner? Please testify for us. Who is your owner? Nothing. Hello, hello, Squawk. The most concise testimony we've had so far. Alright. We're gonna press him for all their work. Oh, lordy, lordy. Hold it! You can't just say hello and it doesn't get anywhere. Have we forgotten something? Don't forget the L6, Squawk. We'll prove that he's got something to do with the L6. Hello, hello, Squawk. Oh no. Tis, something the matter, Mr. Wright? He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? I can't believe you're speaking to a parrot. What's the safe number? So right, you aren't claiming that that's number something important with the case. It absolutely does, Your Honor. It actually does. Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? Take that! Hold it! No, fuck. Yeah, well, we know what? We got some time. Fuck. Alright. No, it doesn't. Objection! Your Honor, the statement is contradicts this evidence. It does? Sorry, Onyx. Fortunately, the judge does not like our badge. You know, it's a fair test. Sometimes they do have dialogue for it. Let's do the safe number again. Alright, now. Yeah, 12/28's the date of the DL6 incident. The DL6 case file? What is the obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright. Where in this file is something relating to the safe number? Case summary. Summary? The date on the DL6 incident occurred. After Christmas means it's not Christmas. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago. Number on that save is 12/28. The same fucking date. Number for his safe, Your Honor, because he needed to know what it was. I see. Oh, you said there are secret numbers to dates?
Objection.
Bah, this is not tangible proof. I'm number one. You should also not tell people your ATM card number. Can do with the dates. Oh, you're playing FF10, gotcha. Indeed, alone it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Or we can just get one more piece of evidence. Say hello and put this get anywhere. Oh, I need to remember what I'm supposed to do here. Alright, if you have another bit of proof. There's ballistic markings. And me. I think we just do the case again.
Take that! Hold it!
Well, let's try the name again. Fascinating. You claim that the Parrot's name will prove our identity. And show us this proof. We're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we do is... make the name... Okay, sure. Sure. Alright. Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Okay.
Objection.
Show us or stop wasting our time. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide. See? What was his fiancée's name? Polly. Exactly. So now we have 2 pieces of evidence to support our theory. We have the parrot's name and the key to his safe.
Objection.
A mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Which makes it right to make you my granddaughter's fiancé. Reach the conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, it's a possibility. However, 2 coincidences at the same time seems more than like a pattern to me. What are you saying, Judge? Immediately. Hey, it's him. Witness. We did it right. We got the pursuit theme. Tell us your name.
Objection.
Wait. His witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. Well, he's cleaned up well in the span of 2 seconds. Which is what I wanted to do. I'm done. This is the real Yogi. It's your identity. Acting for 15 years. Let's go again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Yogi, so was it you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. He won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who sent it. I thought this was my chance of 50 years. This was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. What do you mean revenge against Miles Edgeworth? I am not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth? Alright, we solved the case. He's the murderer. We have nothing further to do in this trial. Under arrest, Joanna. I saw no room for error in his confession. Innocent, in this case at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of the suspicion for this particular case. I'd like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? No one has anything to say. Why isn't Von Karma talking? Alright, we won. Case over. Not guilty. That is all. This court's adjourned.
Objection!
Alright, it's time. It was Edgeworth. Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I am not innocent at all. If you have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond and revenge. But revenge for what? Trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. Oh, Edgy Poo. Edgy Poo. Raise an objection.
Objection.
Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? Give a sudden witness raise an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. You must hear this new statement. You must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. You have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. The nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But I know it wasn't a dream. Nanyoki wasn't the killer. In the instant where your father died, in the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty of a DL6. Statute of limitations which ends today. The culprit is me. Certainly unexpected. The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime. Crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah! It's obvious! We hold a trial, right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. Oh, Edgeworth, you were so close. You were so close. I'm sorry, Wright. I have wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder no matter what the circumstances. Just crazy. Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just confessed to it. He confessed that he did it. In court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth. I don't believe your nightmare. It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. We're gonna do it. We're gonna solve the crime. Find out who really killed Gregory Edgeworth. To resume our trial. Judge! Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let's begin by hearing his testimony. Though pointless, let the defense do the cross-examination. For me, I'd like to run this one by the book. No, alright, let's do it. We're doing another trial. Very well. We'll take the stand. Oh boy. Witness state his name and profession. Miles Edgeworth, I'm prosecuting attorney. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. And testify about this matter to the court. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Alright, the DL6 incident. That day I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As he went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yoki lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something very heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. Remember it to this day. That's all. You thought this memory was a dream? You were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the events. The same claim Yogi has made. Alright, let's do it. It's time for the final trial. And Yogi lost her composure and began to argue.
Hold it!
What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then...
Hold it!
What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff's, Yanni Yogi's. Must have come off when it fell from his holster. What happened next?
Hold it!
Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked. When you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi, I was in a daze.
Hold it!
The gun fired once. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and the horrible scream. The scream.
Hold it!
To this day? Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream. As long as I live. Hold on! One bullet was found in the heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. You liar! Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream, and everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. No, Your Honor, unfortunately you don't. Look at this file one more time. This contradicts the witness's testimony.
Objection.
You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? Don't accept as evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony? Victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says quite plainly the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shots? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
Objection.
Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, since it occurred 15 years ago, the evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. Twice as we have heard. One of these shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired has something to do with this case? Sure! We'll figure it out. we'll be able to show you proof. What? Impossible! When Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident? I am just noticing. There is a bullet hole in this picture.
Take that!
Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see the victim laying there, Gregory Edgeworth. This photo proves it. So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where? It's right here. This gunshot.
Take that!
I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. Murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, some other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Alright. We're getting there. We're making some progress. What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? It's simple, Your Honor. Time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember, the defendant lost consciousness after the shot was fired rang out. In conclusion, you must agree the second shot was fired by someone else. Who could that someone be? The murderer, of course.
Objection.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fancies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the L6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. The pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, and the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. The second bullet has never been found. Why? The second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That's the truth of this incident. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Order, I will have order. The murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, Mr. Karma says that the second bullet fire was not found. It's highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is a single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Have I been wrong the whole time? No. I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick. The bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. I'm sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. So certain of it, I thought I'd won. Thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think I could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Very well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. That's one thing about Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. Although that was not your intention. Yes, I did it. Very well. The statute of limitations on this murder runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce the verdict on the defendants today, right here, right now. Do you have any objections? Stay in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. I have an objection.
Objection!
Your Honor, I object. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object, hmm? Oof. Nick? It must exist. The second bullet. Nothing. I didn't say anything. Someone took it. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It existed. What? This heard proof that it did not exist. I realized that, Your Honor. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. The murderer, obviously. The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer? The criminal took the second bullet, but why? How would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. There was some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet. The murderer didn't need it. The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Had to take it. The murderer, what does that mean? Think crazy. You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. The murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take that bullet anyway. For instance, maybe the bullet hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer. For instance, I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? Sounds like you just performed surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. Wait a second, is my bullshit actually correct? Wait a second, is this bullshit I just said out of nowhere actually the facts? Murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of their body, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime. That's how it worked. Actually, that makes total sense. There's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Alice, Edward, and Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. It has to be Polly. There's no other explanation. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet hits the real murderer. The boy loses consciousness. Then the real murderer opens the door, takes the pistol, and fires. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping it. I can't deny the possibility of what you say. I can tell you're bullshitting. Unfortunately, your bullshit kind of makes sense. What are you saying? Deny it. Deny it. No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one wounded the time of the incident. He's right, I can think of anyone. I just thought of something really crazy. Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Where it dealt the blow to perfect trial record? Yeah, this is about Gregory Edgeworth pissing off on Karma, giving him a penalty, and he took a vacation for several months afterwards for reasons that were unexplained. Oh my god. All of the pieces were established in the investigation sequence. But now they're all coming together in a very, very tight and well-constructed package. This is how you write a murder mystery. What if Von Karma didn't take the vacation because of shock, but because he was hurt and needed surgery? Tell me one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma all along.